It is hard to believe 3 years have passed since Madison found itself at the center of a space phenomenon.
Research into a meteorite landing in the Badger State is now complete. Andy Choi joins us with details on the Mifflin meteorite.
Not named after the block party, guys, but just to clarify, like the party, this fireball got a lot of attention back in 2010, and UW-Madison scientists are ready to share with the world what they've uncovered.
If you stayed up late on April 14th, 2010, you'll remember the fireball screaming across the southern Wisconsin skies. Space rocks landing just 50 miles from Madison, dubbed the Mifflin meteorite.
When we look at meteorites, we're looking at things that formed at the same time the Earth formed. They formed 4.5 billion years ago. And so they record a part of the history that we never see on the Earth.
3 years later, on the heels of Russia's own meteor madness, researchers at UW-Madison's Geoscience Department are concluding their own research on the Wisconsin phenomenon. Using high-powered electron microscopes, researchers found metals in the fragment samples.
So to find metals, that tells us that it came from a place where there was not a lot of free oxygen. So there are a lot of, to me, the metals are the most interesting thing.
Combining the existence of metals with evidence of high heat, scientists connected Mifflin's formations to a specific class of space rocks.
One of the things that we learned about the Mifflin meteorite is what type it is. So it's called an L5 chondrite. And the L chondrites form a class of meteorites that have been hitting the Earth for almost 500 million years.
We found that how complicated this meteorite history was. So since they were born in 4.5 billion years ago, and then they must have experienced big impact about 500 million years ago.
Some old rocks. As to the question, could the Russian meteorite come from the same L5 chondrite fragments as the one here in Wisconsin did? Scientists say it is still too early to tell.
Well, a lot of people were talking about that Russian meteorite this week. Well, what's the difference between the two?
Well, we know the one here created a fireball the equivalent of 20 tons of TNT. The meteorite in Russia, 17 times the size of the one we saw here 3 years ago.
It's neat to actually see it.
Absolutely,
get a chance
and hold
to
it.
actually
Yeah.
see it.
Oldest thing I've ever heard, ever held, yes.
Thanks, Andy.